Jojen, sir, shall we start?
Yes.
Fine, thank you, sir.
Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. Albert Einstein. Good afternoon, one and all. A warm welcome to all participants. A few instructions before we begin. Kindly keep yourself muted at all times. The speaker will address your doubts during the Q&A session, which will be held at the end. It is a request to note down all your questions. During the Q&A, you could either unmute yourself to put forth your queries, or you could type your questions in the chat box. The feedback link will be posted in the chat box at the end of the session. You would receive the certificate upon filling the form. Kindly fill the information correctly as you would want it on your certificate. The YouTube link for today's session will be shared in the chat box. In case if you want to share it with your friends, please go ahead and do so. Thank you. Let's take a moment to thank God for all the blessings we receive and for the provision of education. Let us pray for guidance and to provide us with strength and energy to overcome all our challenges. Let us lift up everything unto God and let's walk with Him on this journey. On behalf of EJournals, Goa chapter, and GVM's Dr. Dada Vaidya College of Education, I, Ms. Savia D'Souza, second year MEd student, welcome you all to the virtual national webinar on Praxis and Modalities in Academic Writing, organized by the Department of Extension Services and Research Center of Goa Vidya Prasarak Mandal's Dr. Dada Vaidya College of Education, in collaboration with EJournals, that is, Association of International Researchers of Indian Origin, Goa chapter. The helping hand that EJournals has extended to GVMs has been widening our horizons in research, as well as in inculcating values beyond. Thank you, EJournals. Academic writing is like standing on shoulders of giants. A researcher dives into academic writing for publications in academic journals or books to create new knowledge that is witnessed by other experts in the field. Academic writing communicates ideas, information, and research to the wider academic community. Without further ado, I invite our very own prominent personality, Dr. Georgian Matthew, Principal of GVM's Dr. Dada Vaidya College of Education, who is also the President of EJournals Goa chapter, to formally welcome you all to this virtual meet. Sir.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon to all. It's a privilege for me to welcome you all to this seminar. GVM's Dr. Dada Vaidya College of Education, in association with EJournals, we have organized many seminars in the past. After signing an MOU with this organization, we could conduct a lot of research programs for our research scholars and for our teachers, and especially for our postgraduate students. And today I am very happy that we are organizing at another important seminar, that is Practices and Modalities in Academic Writing. And we have a very eminent person. I would say that he is not only having the theoretical knowledge, but he has a lot of practical knowledge by publishing different articles, book chapters, and even editing many books. So, sir will be able to help us in this area. I really congratulate all the participants for taking your valuable time to attend this seminar. I'm sure that this seminar is going to benefit you all. And academic writing or writing of research articles and its publication is a great challenge for any of the beginning researchers, and especially when it comes to teachers, assistant professors, and associate professors. Suppose they have to go for further promotions, they need to have research articles, and it is mandatory now. So I am sure that this seminar will surely help all of you, those who have joined today as participants, especially the postgraduate students and research scholars of the college. And I would like to welcome Mr. Sanjayan TS, resource person for today. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and joining us for this seminar. And I would like to welcome all the participants, especially the outstation participants. I would say that some of you have joined from other states, and we warmly welcome you all to this seminar. Once again, let me welcome the staff members, research scholars, postgraduate students, and all the other participants to this important seminar on praxis and modalities in academic writing. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Dr. Georgian Matthew. I now request my colleague, Mr. Eltrin D'Souza, to introduce our speaker for today. Eltrin.
Hi, thank you, Savia. It gives me great pleasure to actually welcome an eminent speaker and my own professor, because he has been such a great, charming person in class and also academically. A lot of students who know him as a very intelligent person, very smart person in academic writing, and we know him as a very scholarly person because he has not only written but presented and has spoken golden words on education at different seminars all across the globe. So I'm going to, it gives me a great pleasure to actually welcome and speak about Dr. Sir Sanjayan TS, who is an assistant professor at the GVM, Dr. Dada Vaidya College of Education in the MA department, and has worked and served different schools and colleges for over 13 years. He's the resource person for Mahatma Gandhi National Council for Research Rural Education in the Ministry of Education, Government of India since 2019. And he is credited to have edited almost 7 books and published innumerable articles in international research journals. He is a member of the American Political Theory Association, USA, and International Model Education Network, Japan. He is also a member of the TESOL, Teaching English for Students of Other Languages, Egypt, and World Association for Teacher Education. He was a team leader for several national level and international projects, and in our own college here, has been working towards several projects in ELT. Sir has specialized in different discourses, and therefore he becomes an eminent speaker. He has presented various and several paper presentations at international seminars on education. Some of the mentions are here. In 2009, he presented a paper at the International Seminar on Education in Bales Bolai University, Romania. He lectured at the UNESCO Asia Pacific Program of Education, Innovation for Development at Bangkok, Thailand for sustainable development. In 2011, he presented a paper at the International Academic Session of Sri Lankan Open University, Colombo. In the same year, he presented a paper in the International Congress of Social Philosophy, Jagannath University, Dhaka, Bangladesh. In 2015, in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, he presented a paper in the UNESCO Technical and Educational Training International Conference on Education at the Beljaya University. 2016, he was a speaker in the Wuhan International Forum for Eminent Scientists lecturing in Wuhan, China. 2016, he was also invited to present a paper in the Global University Conference on of Science and Technology, Wuhan, China. He also presented a paper in the SITCON 2017 conference, which was jointly organized by Arizona State University, USA, and Hanoi University Technology, Vietnam, and this was held in Vietnam. In 2017, he was a speaker in the Future for Education conference organized by Italia Erasmus Foundation, Greece. He presented a paper in the International Conference on English Language Teaching in Dr. Muhammadiyah University, Jakarta, Indonesia in 2018. In 2019, he was invited as a speaker in the International Conference on English Language Teaching and Applied Linguistics in Tirubhuvan University, Kathmandu. In 2019, he was a speaker in the International Conference on Telecollaboration in Higher Education at the University of Bilda, Aragris, Bulgaria. In 2020, he was a speaker in the European International Congress of Social Sciences at Izmir University, Turkey. In 2020, again, he was a speaker in the International Conference of Social Sciences in American University, Tripoli, Libya. Again, he was invited as a speaker in the Tokyo Summit on Contemporary Sciences, Tokyo, Japan, on 19 August 2020. On 1st November 2020, he was a speaker in the Middle East Conference on Science Education in International Islamic University, Beirut, Lebanon. He also was invited as a speaker in the literature seminar organized by Department of Literature, Al-Mastan Syrian University with Noam Chomsky, Iraq, on 3rd November 2020. We know about Noam Chomsky, who was a very famous linguist, and to meet him itself is a great, you can be of a great importance, and serve as a speaker along with Noam Chomsky. In 2020, he was a speaker in the International Conference of English Language Teaching in the Qatar University, Doha, Qatar. In 2020, again, he was a speaker in the International Eurasia Conference on Education, Eurasia University, Uzbekistan, in December 2020. In 2020, again in the same month, he was a speaker in the Trade Entrepreneur Summit in Southampton, Britain. In 2021, last year, he was invited as a speaker in the International Conference on Higher Education, College of Higher Technology, Dubai University, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. As he was a speaker and participant at the International Halkat Students Research Festival organized by Iranian Ministry of Science, Research and Technology in University of Tehran, Iran. He was a speaker at the International UNESCO Caribbean Technical and Educational Training International Conference in School of Education, University of West Indies, Jamaica, in May 2021. On June 14, 2021, he was a speaker in the International Training Workshop organized by Ministry of Public Education, Uzbekistan. He was then invited as a guest speaker in the first international conference on quality education and sustainable development organized by IPN Tofel University, Morocco, in June 2021. In last year, 2021 December, he was invited as a speaker in the international workshop organized by Sugamangala University, Sri Lanka. And this is just a short bio, actually, though it looks long, but it is just a short bio because Sir has traveled to so many different places. And when you have traveled to so many different places, it itself tells you that Sir will be very good in cultural studies, and with so much of experience that he has, not just in his education, but with traveling and communicating with different type of people all around the world. He is an eminent speaker and will be very useful in field of education. And without much ado, I once again welcome Sir Sanjayan TS for this conference, at this national seminar. And I'm sure and very certain that all of us are going to benefit 100%. Even 101 would be good to say from Sir Sanjayan TS. Thank you, sir. We will be very nice to hear from you now.
Thank you, L3. Thank you.
Thank you, Elfrin. Sir, the floor is all yours.
Okay, thank you. Most respected Principal George Matthew, coordinator of this event, Maria Goretti Falcao, dearest students Javier D'Souza and Elfrin D'Souza, and all other faculties, dear students, and teachers from outside state and area members. So first of all, I am very much thankful to the college for giving an opportunity via online for lecturing a topic on the modalities and practices in academic writing. So I would like to let it be an interactive session, because the prime motive of this workshop is to write. Okay. So usually we are saying to learn is to change. Okay, to learn is to change. So similarly, learning takes place in unthreatened atmosphere. So similarly in academic writing, so what we need is that we have to mitigate the inhibitions. Okay, because we have some inhibitions related with the writing skills. So that we have to solve that. So mitigate the writing inhibitions, as well as, so whatever difficulties we are facing, so we have to excel our talents, because you all can write. I'm sure that, because all can. After this workshop, so definitely you can write well. And even what I promise at the beginning itself, the outset itself, so if you write, I can publish. Even in Scopus, UGC listed, any books also, okay. So that is the ultimate aim of the workshop. So for the last 2 or 5 years, we are giving similar lectures on academic writing. So many of them joined from different parts of India and world. So all the students and teachers and scholars, they published. So I am always repeating the word, so ultimate aim of this workshop is not for examination or nothing else. Ultimate aim is to publish. Okay. So are you ready to publish?
Yes, sir.
Definitely, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So I hope you are more energetic and ready to publish. Okay, because publication is very important. Even you have to publish in Scopus or international reviewed journals. So that will always focus on, that will always add the HDI index of India for a developed nation. So now we are developing. So the publication is very important in our life, both academically and an international standard is concerned. You know that the China and US, so they are top in the process of the publication. So, hello. So, China and is it audible? So the China and the India is topmost in the the publication process. So why they become topmost? So why they become the topmost in the publication? Because they are more importance for the practical aspect of education. That's why they are topmost, because giving education for writing. Okay, because the writing is the most important part they are giving, the practical aspect and the writing. Then to ask you some of your difficulties as a student or as a teacher. What are the difficulties you are facing in academic writing? So can you share some of the points? What are the difficulties you are facing as a teacher or
Participants, kindly bear with us. Seems like Sir is having difficulties in the connectivity. Looks like Sir has joined back, but give him a moment or two. Sir Sanjayan, can you hear me? Sanjayan sir, you're still not audible. Participants, please bear with us. Thank you.
Hello,
Yes, Sanjayan, sir.
is it audible?
Yes, we can hear you and we can see you as well.
Okay. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
That's no problem, sir.
Okay.
Take your time.
Okay. It's okay. So, can you share some of the difficulties you are facing in academic writing as a teacher or student? Anyone? Hello? Okay, so the Carl Lewis replied that whether my research process is correct. Okay, that's also there. Any other points you have to share? Any other points you want to share? Okay, I hope the screen is visible now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me begin with these are the points which we will discuss today. Like the first one is the types of writings. Then we will discuss about the global view of publications in science, education, and engineering, because we have gallery of audience from different fields. So we are checking all these aspects. Then we have a glance at high impact factor journals. Then why it is important to publish in high impact factor journals. Then which manuscripts are published in high impact journals. Then we have a look at the attributes of good manuscripts. Then from good research to good reporting, technical details of manuscript writing. Then ethics in writing. So these are the basic points which we are going to discuss in time. So can you name some of the different types of writing? Can you share some of the different types of writing which we usually engaged besides the research articles? Any other types of writing you are usually involved? Book reviews are there. You know about book reviews, editorial writings, film reviews. So similarly, we have research articles or research papers, review articles, research reports, research project for funding, patents, and the dissertation of thesis. So these are some of the types of writing usually the teachers, scholars, and the students engaged in. Okay, so these are the different types of writing. Then let me begin with the research articles. So you know that because when we think about research article, the final product is intellectual pursuit, because many students are asking how to start the research article. Sir, we have to do a survey, or we have to send the Google form, and we have to employ the statistical methods. So many doubts, many clarifications, usually the students are posed. Research finding that are sound, the valid, because in research article, whatever you are reporting, so that should be valid one. Okay. Then another aspect is that previously unknown, novel and original. So this is the most important point. So most of the time scholars and teachers, so they will copy paste the information. So you should not use that. So whatever idea, a new idea is there. Novelty should be there. So whenever you are sending an article to a publisher, so what criteria they are checking? Novelty. Okay. So your article should be a novel one. So when the reviewer or the expert panel reviews your article, so what they are checking the novelty. So this is very important. Even the simple topic. Okay, you know about Wiesmann is there. Osman, he is very famous. And what about his research article? He studied about the movement of honeybees in zoology. You know that 20 years he had done how the honeybees are moving. So that is it's a simple one, you know that, because I don't know whether you have listened the movement of the honeybees. Okay, but he published innumerable articles about the movement of honeybees. So that's a novel one. So whatever topic you have taken, it should be a novel one. For example, I will give you another topic. In Goa, lot of vegetable vendors are there in roadside. So they don't know about the digital payment and other things. Is it, sir? Digital payments, how to do the phone pay and Google Pay. So you can do a study on those aspects, how to do the digital inclusion or digital payment or digital literacy for the vendors. So similarly, the study should be innovative one. For example, another one, suppose you can do a study on the workers, different companies in Goa, Nestle, Cipla, then even the Colgate. So many workers are there. They are educated. So part-time they can do the MOOCs also, massive open online courses. So you just do a study or a simple project. Then that outcome you have to send to the Scopus or Springer or any publication. Even in education, you can send the Harvard Education Review or Education Valuation or Experimental Psychology or review of a lot of journals are there. I will show you. So definitely what's that? So that type of outcome-based study should be published by the research journals, outcome-based. So what you have to do is that just do a simple project, a simple project. Then that outcome, so definitely there is an objective is there, hypothesis is there, definitely there is an evaluation is there is a statistical analysis is there. Then you just send to any conference or in any journal, definitely they will accept that. Okay, because in Scopus and other international journals, so they prefer the novelty, what you have done, not the copy paste information. Or even in literature also you can do that, because you can study the work. Even in literature or theater you can do the similar works. Then again, so the most important thing is that as a teacher, as a student, as a scholar, you can do a simple work. I will give you one example. So one of my friend, he is from Czech Republic, because Prague is known as literature city. You know that. In 2021, Prague was branded as literature city. Then similar name should be given for one district in Kerala, Kozhikode. Okay, Kozhikode should be branded as literature city in whole world. So what he is studying about a comparative study on Prague and Calicut. Okay, how can we branded those cities as the literature city? Because there is a practical outcome is there, and even if you publish the article, the people are very much interested for reading such type of articles. So two things you have to remember while publication, rather than reading other things, you can do it yourself. Novelty. Do a simple project and submit the outcome in different journals, different aspects. Same project outcome in different aspects. You can send to Harvard Education Review. It's from America. Definitely they will publish. HES, Harvard Education Review, HER. Then American Journal of Evaluation, you can do that. It is a Scopus one. Then Dharma is a Scopus one. You write article and send to me. We can publish free. It's a free journal. It is a Scopus article. Quality should be there and do a simple project. Okay, rather than mere reading and copying, and all these things are it's not outdated. Okay, then because now in all countries they are giving more importance for qualitative research. So if you do like that, you can present outcome in international conferences and the same outcome. Then actually when you write university and you can visit the country. Okay, because I know that you are interested in traveling. So they will give you travel. So is why you just do a simple project, because you have enough time. Then even in promotion or in academic work, you can do that. Yes, I have done project. Then have you published the that outcome I published? Have you presented the same outcome and research presentation? You got the idea. So this is the way of education. So one thing, and even same outcome in different aspects in another angle. So four things you will get. ISBN article, either in Scopus or international peer reviewed or UGC listed. Then a project you will get. Then you are presenting a paper in international conference or national conference. So this is the way of movement. Okay. So this is the we are saying the tetra pillars in education. Tetra pillars. Okay. So you have to just follow this method. So it's very easy for you. Then another one is that there is a structure for the research paper. Like introduction is there. We are saying IMRAD. Introduction, material, results, and discussion. So these are the four elements the reviewers are checking. Introduction. So a better introduction should be there. I will explain detail later what is I, what is M, and what is R and T. Then there is a material including the review things, then results and discussion. So these are the things you can include in your research article. Then let me check about what is the global view of publications in science and arts. So these are some of the data. You can see that the global view of publication in science and engineering. Okay. So you just every day 35,000 journals published regularly, and even 22,000 of them are Scopus abstracted or international peer reviewed or Copernicus. So you just it's very astounding. Total number of papers published annually exceeds 2.5 million. Okay, even the US and China is more concentrating, South Korea, and even from India also. Now the trend is going on because the Indian scholars, especially in computer science and electronics, even in social science also, they are contributing a lot of papers. So this is the global trend. Then this is the some of the, you can see that the articles published in 1665 to 2012, it is only 53 million. Then you can check, if you want to go through some of the abstract, you can check all these things. Scopus is there, then ISI, the Web of Knowledge, PubMed Central, and Google Scholar. So these are, you can download or read some of the articles. Even Acta Didactica Neposensia, Acta Didactica Norge. So they are the journals from Europe. Okay, Acta Didactica Neposensia. I will share the PPT to you so you will understand that. So it is a free journal. Okay, it is a free Scopus journal. You can publish that, the citation. So try to publish the international journals. So you definitely get glance through the content list only. So they just list the content. For example, life skill education. They just check it, only the content. Okay. Then 5% open the journal to review through the titles. 2% scientists read the abstract and introduction. Less than 1% read rest of the paper. That's happening nowadays. Suppose, do you have the habit of reading research paper which are downloaded from Shodhaganga Academia or Google Scholar? Do you have the habit? Hello? What's your opinion? But do you have the habit of reading entire chapter or article? Hello? Hello?
So on our topics, full thing we read.
Okay. Yeah. So, but try to read the maximum articles and try to cite it. Okay. So those author you are reading, those author will get the citation. So this is what happening nowadays in everywhere, because the readers are very specific in reading the research article. Then next is about what are high impact factor journals. Maybe you know that. So what is the high impact factor journals? So impact factor for journal is the frequency of its citation. Lot of citations they are getting. For example, Harvard Education Review. It's a high impact factor is there. Okay, and you can do that. Then another one is that, so this is the equation for calculating the impact factor. Citations, one example we have taken, citations in 2012 to articles published in 2011 and 2010 divided by articles published in 2011 and 2010. So this is the calculation of the impact factor. Usually it is done by the journal itself. Then these are some of the impact factor of certain journals in long back Nature. So these are the Nature has good impact factor, Science. Even you know about the medical journal Lancet. So they have 30.758. Then these are some of the journals in education. These are all Scopus journals. Okay. So like the first one is American Journal of Evaluation. Is it visible, the slide? Slide is visible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. So this is the first one, American Journal of Evaluation. It's a free Scopus journal. So you can publish very easily. American Journal of Evaluation. Then second one is what I said repeated, HER, Harvard Education Review. Harvard Education Review. Then third one is International Journal of Education. International Journal of Education. That is also free. You can do that. Then another one is the Journal of Critical Review. That is, you have to pay some fees. Journal of Critical Review. Then we have another one, it's entirely free, International Journal of Adult Education. Suppose you are doing a project on English education, you are doing for teaching adult people. So you can do that. It's very easy because they will publish very easily. Okay, suppose you did a project on teaching English for the adult people in your local area. So you can send the outcome for International Journal of Education. So they definitely publish because it's a highly standard journal with a lot of citations. Everything is there. Then another one is that one more is there. Okay. Then next, you know about the Hirsch number or the H index. You know that. So H index means it measures both the productivity and impact of the published work of a researcher. That is the H index. Usually in science, most of the authors have this type of H index also there. Then we have, this is the H index value that you can just read that. Then the next is about, we have a discussion on e-journals and print journal. Okay, so maybe you have doubt whether it is good one, e-journal or print journal. So both journals are good, okay, because nowadays we are living in digital age. So both journals are good, both e-journal and the print journal is good. All are equal status and equal value. So there is no confusion, okay. Then these are some of the difference between the e-journals and the print journals. E-journals, you know that easily accessible, DOJ, Directory of Open Access Journal. It is easily accessible. Then online submission portal is there, online editing, time saving. There is a journal from Malaysia, Malaysian University, that is Pertenica. That's the name of the journal, Pertenica. So you can publish very easily. Okay, Pertenica Journal of Education. It is an open access journal. Then print journals like easily accessible, personified copy. You will get the specific copy in your name. Then there is a legibility. Then can read at your leisure time. So there is no link or anything else because it is easily you will get that. So these are some of the difference between the two types of journals, like the print journal and e-journal. Okay, you can publish anyone. Then these are some of the studies which they conducted. Then another thing is that why it is important to publish in high impact factor journals. So what is the importance? So usually we are saying publish or perish, because if you publish in high impact fact journal like Harvard Education or American Psychology Review, so what's the advantage is that greater visibility of research findings, because whatever you publish, the people are reading, all people are reading. because the Western people everywhere they have a penchant for reading the articles. They will comment it. Then increased chance of citations. So citation is very important. Okay. So if you want citation, I will recommend you one journal, Acta Didactica Neposensiae. Okay, that is the name of the journal. Acta, ACTA, Acta Didactica, Didactica, Didactica Neposensiae, Neposensia, Neposensia. You just online submission is there. You can do it tomorrow itself. Okay, and definitely you will get citation. Then it's a Scopus one. Okay, Acta Didactica, international peer review, or Acta Didactica Norge, Norje. It is from Sweden. One is from Romania. One is from Sweden. Then greater recognition among peers. So definitely there is a chance for getting Scopus ID, or even you can create the ORCID ID also. ORCID ID. You know about ORCID ID? ORCID ID you can create. Okay. Just Google. You just type in Google how to create ORCID ID. ORCID ID. ORCHID. ORCID ID. So you will get. It's very easy. Then because some papers they are asking what is ORCID ID. So you can use this. Then besides all these, the associated benefits such as promotions, productivity and allowances, depending on your job. Then again, another point is that the work of established educationist or scientist. Suppose you are publishing your article in an international journal. So what others will think that you are an established scientist or educationist. Okay, because you are from GVM College of Education, but you are an established educationist. Suppose you are from Don Bosco College, so you are an established educationist. So that's why they publish in the different journals, international journals. Then results of general interest, because the results. So whatever you disseminated through the articles or the chapters, so that's the general interest, because the academy is very much interested in such things. Then novelty of findings. Novelty, that's important. Novel ideas. Because you may see that many of the articles which you are reading, that is just a repetition. Okay, always a repetition is there. So don't follow the policy of tautology, that is the repetition. Whatever you are producing, it should be a new one. Novelty should be there. Concise and well written, because the language is very important, because the language which you are using, the presentation style. So the thing should be concise and well written. It should be impressive for the reviewers. There is no mistakes, both the syntax and even semantic, grammatical mistakes. Then these are the things you have to listen while writing a good manuscript. First point is that concise but powerful. Your article should be 3 or 4. That's not matter. So most probably the students are asking, what is the main doubt is that from B.Ed, M.Ed, PhD student, they are asking, sir, how many pages? Is it, many are asking, sir, 10 pages, 12 pages, 15 pages. I got one article from one university. It is 30 pages, 30. Okay. So that's also there. So we should be very careful about the page number. It should be very concise. Okay. Like usually they are asking 4,000 words, 3,000 words like that. So concise and but powerful. Presentation. Your presentation style of presentation is very interesting. Novel ideas. Story-like. That's another thing. Even not in flowery language. Okay. It's like a story-like, because one sitting they will read that, the article. To the point. Okay, to the point. Because the people, the board members, they are highly expert. So they will check the point. Then free from grammatical and stylistic errors. Okay. If you made any mistakes, even in comma or full stop, even the space between sentences, so they will reject because you are not a serious writer. Even a comma, even a full stop matters in academic writing because the reviewers will feel that you are not serious. Wherever you have to use the punctuation, the block letters, capitals, small letters, everything you have to follow that. Okay, in text, citation, the bibliography. So you should know about all these things. Then there is no plagiarism also. Okay. Then recognizing contributions of others. That is, you have to cite the resources, the bibliography. Okay, there is no plagiarism. Sometimes it allows 10%, 20%, that's also there. But whatever things you have taken from articles, from others, you just cite in text citation or even the last also, bibliography, you can just cite that, even from website details or even the book details. Then you know about plague patient. Plague patient means someone who always copying the thing, copy and paste. So someone who is committing plagiarism, they are called plague patient. Okay, so you should not be a plague patient. You should be maximum you have to avoid plagiarism, novel ideas, and express your words in your language. Okay. Then technically correct also, technically correct. So if these 6 points are together, will be there, definitely your article will be selected. So the concise but powerful story-like to the point, okay, especially in science or in other subjects, engineering, and even the point should be concise, to the point, free from grammatical and stylistic errors, recognizing contributions of others, then technically correct. So these are the things you have to follow that. So many times grammatical mistakes are there. Suppose if you send an article to foreign country, so they will check everything. They will email you both hard and soft copy. These are the mistakes. Okay, you have to submit again. Okay, so they will pinpoint. That is the real journal. Even in some conferences also, they will put like that. In some conferences, whatever abstract you are submitting, it will accept. You will get a message immediately after submission. Your abstract has been selected. Is it? Because there is not that much evaluation, strict evaluation. But if you send other countries or universities, so they will evaluate correctly by using some rubrics. Okay. Then from good research to good writing. So the first one is that quality state of mind. So whenever you began to start writing, the first thing you have to remember is quality. You just say that my article should be a quality one. I am not writing for promotion, not writing for any publication like that. The quality article you have to write. Your first article should be a quality one. Then you will always write the quality article. Okay. No, don't bother about 10 articles. So somebody is saying 10 articles I published in 1 year because there is no lack of quality. But you know about the recent Nobel Prize winner. I think he is in chemistry. He is only 7 articles published. 7 articles in research journal. But he is a Nobel Prize winner. Okay, you know that. But C.N.R. Rao, the Indian scientist, he has lot of articles. Okay, some are plagiarized also. That type, some plagiarism is also there. But the Nobel Prize winners, you just check the website, how many research articles they publish. It is very less. But their work is important. But whatever they publish, that is important. Okay, you know about Albert Einstein. They published E equal to MC square, that he published. Theory of relativity also, 1921. So only few articles are there. But the Nobel, he got the Nobel Prize. That is important. So the quality is important rather than the quantity. Okay. At least you publish 2. Okay. 2 is enough. In Central University, they are asking mention at least 5 articles you published. At least 5 one. At least 3 chapters or 5 chapters edition. At least 3 edited books. Only few they are asking. Okay. Because the university or research people know that it's very difficult to write a good quality article. So whatever you are writing, it should be a quality one novel. Because I focus on these things, not the quantity. Quality is very important. Then good research leads to great findings. Okay, good research. Suppose you are doing a simple project, that will become great findings. Then great findings need to be reported in the best possible way to the world. So whatever you are finding out, so that you have to report it to the possible way. So these are the things you have to keep. So every day you have to keep in mind the quality. You should say, whenever you start writing, my article should be a quality one. Then I got 2 years back one article for publication. Then I checked the plagiarism. What I have seen, that's from associate professor. 90% plagiarism. 90 or 92% plagiarism. She is an associate professor in my college. And so that type of fraudulence, you should not do that. So quality is always there. So this is the diagram, you can keep that. Like definitely there is a dream, design, publication, delivery, and discovery. You can do this. Okay. So this is a model, you can keep it. There is a curiosity. Then why publishing research article is important. So why the seminar is conducted now, the importance of academic writing. So the first one is that to communicate and share the new discoveries in science to improve the quality of life. Even in education, suppose you did a project, you are sharing the outcome. Suppose you as part of your dissertation, one of my students, she is doing the dissertation on menstrual hygiene among the degree students. So the outcome is different. Okay, she want to implement some intervention. So one of my another student, she is doing one project on dish tower. What is the implications like that? So such type of projects are important, and that outcome will be published in research journal. So it's a widely people are reading. Okay, people are widely reading because you are contributing something to the society. That should be research. So through your project, through your dissertation, through your research article, you have to contribute something to the society. So definitely you will get citations. Okay. Then education wants that every day the changing happens. Sometimes the same project you can apply for funding, even from Mahatma Gandhi National Council of Rural Education. Now the UGC stops the funding, minor and major research. So now you can apply for MGNCRE, Mahatma Gandhi National Council for Rural Education. They are giving major research grant up to 7.5 lakhs. Not for teachers, any individual. If you are a student, they are giving 7.5 lakhs. If you are an independent researcher, they are giving 7.5 lakhs. They are giving. Okay. If you are interested, I will share the form and application. Okay. So you can apply, but your research should be focusing on rural areas. Rural areas. They are also giving 3 lakhs for doing MRP, minor research project. Okay. Even ICSR also you can apply that. ICSR, even Asim Premji Foundation, they are giving 20 lakhs. Okay. Then HCL Foundation, they are giving 1 crore for your project. HCL. So similarly, you can apply for some of the project, even some of the project in tie-up with Spandan Foundation and Reserve Bank of India, Indira Gandhi National Research Foundation in Mumbai. They are also giving grant. So these are some of the things you can do that. Okay. In Asim Premji, you can submit the proposal. They are giving 20 lakhs. You should be an independent researcher. Anyone can do that, not for an assistant professor, not for associate professor, not for professor, not for contract, not for guest. Anyone can do all these things. In Mahatma Gandhi National Council of Rural Education under Ministry of Education, you can do that. Okay, you submit the proposal. Then this is the another thing you have to keep in mind, because if you are doing an offline workshop, we can do some activities. We will do one offline also, so we can do some activities. So the quality of study is important. Then quality of study, invention and innovation, depth of the study, depth, profoundness, interest of scientific community or layman or education community, audience, message in the publication. Now what we are doing, another project, English for migrants. You know that many migrants in different parts of Indian cities. So what we decided, we have a group of students or researchers. So we decided to teach basic English literacy skills for the migrants. We did one project on digital literacy skills for the teachers and students, common man. Then now we have a plan like scientific climate literacy. That's also important because you know that the climate is changing. Okay, so as a teacher educator, you can do that simple project on the climate change, climate literacy. You can do that, and that outcome you can submit any interdisciplinary journal because climate is related with everywhere, education, geography, adult education. So if you are taking the general topic, you can publish anywhere. Okay, even in Lancet also you can do. Even you can publish the outcome in Nature also. So that's why nowadays all research is transdisciplinary or interdisciplinary. So you can submit the outcome in any journal, even in psychology journal, even in science journal, even in any journal you can submit that, not specific. Okay, so that is the new trend, qualitative research and transdisciplinary research. So the quality of the study, invention or innovation, depth of the study, then interest of the education community or the public or even the scientific community, audience. Then you have to give a good message through your journal. Then time of publication also. For example, Journal of Critical Review, I submitted long back. My professor also, another one from Mumbai University. So we together sent the journal to one Scopus publication, Journal of Critic, but we didn't get any reply for the last 1.5 years. Okay, so that also comes in case of some journal. Then we also submitted 1 month back one article to one Scopus journal. So that is still we are waiting. We also given to another university in South Africa that is rejected because I don't know. Because we prepared, it is about corporate social responsibility in education. So we are from education background. Actually, the journal is related with management education. But we wrote an article on corporate social responsibility to one university, Scopus journal, Mango Sedu. That's the name of the university. But after 1 week, it was rejected because sometimes they prefer the management articles. So you have to check the time of publication because some journals, like the journal from Pertenica, you know, so they will publish very easily. Pertenica Journal of Education, Pertenica Journal of Agriculture, and Pertenica Journal of Social Science. So they will publish very easily. Okay. So you have to check the time of publication. Then this is the another point, deciding the journal for publishing. Aim high. So you have a great aim. Okay. Take your own time. You write one paragraph every day. You spend 1 hour for writing. So definitely you can finish that. You have to jot down the points. you have to re-edit, you have to spend time in library. Okay, so definitely it will publish, I'm sure. Then you have to check the target audience, what type of audience you are writing. Then prestige of the journal, accessibility, whether it is open access or subscribed or in print one, or sometimes you have to buy by payment. Then you can also check the impact factor of the journal, probability of acceptance, because you can check that. Even Google, you just type what is the probability of acceptance of the journal. So sometimes 90% is that. Just like we are checking probability of getting visa for visiting one country. So they are putting 97%. So similarly, you just type the Google probability of accepting article in Harvard Education Review. So they will give you 90%, 20%. Okay. So because they publish hi-fi article, then publication time. Then you know about the citation index, that's very important. And you know about the peer review process. It is very difficult sometimes because they are experts, so they are checking all the things. Then these are some of the kinds of the research article. Even Harvard Education Review, you can submit book review also, book review. Okay. Or one of my students, he is doing a project on Shala Siddhi. You know that Shala Siddhi in school, science promotion events, Shala Siddhi. So he is taking effectiveness of Shala Siddhi programs in Goa. That also we can do that because it's a review like that, reviewing a project like that, then communication, research notes, supplemental articles. So everything comes under research article. Okay. Then, so these are the criteria for good research publication. Plus one is the novel idea. You have to think out of the box. Okay. And try to write maximum points. Then quality science, research, policies, issues in education. Quality science. You can write about climate literacy now. Okay. Then research policies. Now we have new education policy or new curriculum framework. So you can write an article. Okay. Even you can write an article for the newspaper also. They will publish. Then issues in education. You know about in Mizoram and Manipur, they are facing learning crisis in education, learning crisis, because they have no teachers. So in Mizoram and even Shillong, now they invited application for the teachers because they have lack of teachers. So they are facing learning crisis. So you can write an article on learning crisis in India. So definitely people are interested. Or even you can check some of the websites in UNESCO. You can subscribe the UNESCO newsletters. So you will get a lot of heading, many articles also you can write that. So similarly, policies, issues in education, quality science, research. So that is the good pertinent topic you can improve. Then good writing and attractive presentation. That's always important. Good. Keep on good writing, good presentation. Okay. Then you can publish in high impact factor journal. So let me discuss about some technical details of article writing. So first one is that because many of them have some problem how to start writing. I met one PhD student who are doing PhD here. So at that time, he attended my workshop. He wrote one article immediately after attending the workshop. His name is Chittaranjan. So now he published almost 20 articles in books and journals. Okay. So you can also do that. Okay. Now my first year MD student, she published 9 articles now. 9. Marilyn Dias, I know her name. She published 9 articles. Why? Because if you read, you can do that. She's just first year. Even Prajwal is there. Prajwal also published 3. It's just within 2 months or 1 month they can read that. So similarly, you just start writing. So why, if you engage in writing, so there is a chance for getting UGC net. So you will get an idea about your research topic, PhD, MPhil, MEd. So that is why the teachers are always saying to write and write. Then even one of my note student, one father is also attending, Carl Lewis. He's an ardent writer. His article is always published in Goan newspaper. He's an assistant professor in Bangalore. Because that much caliber is there. So we have to read that. So definitely what happens, you will get a chance to write. Okay. You can write in newspapers also. That also counted. Then the path to writing well is to read excellent writers, write and write. Only strategy is that write and write. I can only give guidance or give a lecture. It is your duty to write. Free write your thoughts. Whatever points come, you just scribble down. That is why you have to keep a research diary or index book that we are saying, index books. That is one of the postgraduate attributes. You have to keep a diary. Whatever points comes into your mind, just scribble it. Then you discuss with your mentor, teachers. Okay. Use the best paper in your field as a template. Try to convert your free write-up into a format. So there is a format is there. You have to keep that. Keep writing concise, dynamic, simple in construction. So definitely there is an abstract. Then there is an introduction. Introduction is very important. Then there is a, leading paragraph. Lead points are there. Lead points, subordinate points. Then you can speak about your research. Even not statistics is not important because the people are not interested in statistics. Okay, they're only interested in outcome. What method you used? Okay, methodology and outcome, that's important. Then simple. Then convey maximum ideas for the audience. So these are the things you have to keep while writing. Then best practice, prepare the figures, write the draft. Best practice, write the first draft at a meeting where work is first presented. So you have to write the first draft. Then second draft also, just like writing, you know about the script writing, the film script. It takes a lot of time. So similarly, you have to write first draft, second draft, then modify, then redraft. So these are the policies you can do that. Okay. So what policies that divide and work on? Like we are saying, eat an elephant bit by bit. If you get stuck on a particular section, just skip to the different section. That is easiest to write. Okay. So it means easiest first, then the most difficult later. Okay. What is happening? Why students or scholars are difficult? Problem is that whatever they feel difficulty, they put there. They never move. Okay. They only stick on the difficult part. So you don't stick on difficult part. You can move on next part. Okay. Suppose you know the outcome, you can do write the outcome. Then you can work on methodology. Even in dissertation also you can do that. Some chapters are difficult. Even first chapter you feel easy, you can do that. Then third chapter, theoretical, you know that you can do that. Okay. Literature review, you will difficult, you can do it later. You can do the bibliography aspects. Or if you know the conclusions, outcome, you can do that. So that strategy we have to follow that. Otherwise, what happens? You stick on the difficult things. Sir, I feel difficulty. I wrote the first 2 or 3 points, then I felt difficulty. Okay. I met one of my student. He is in Punjab now. So he wrote some of the chapters, 2 or 3 pages. And now he don't know how to finish the conclusion and architecture. It is a paper on IoT, Internet of Things. So these are some of the problems we are facing article. So let me conclude with you have to follow in academic writing. Whatever you are writing should be normal. Okay, innovative one. And better to be a small project. You just do a small project and then write the points. Okay, so that should be always good for you. So you will get three aspects. You can do a project, you can write a research paper, you can write a chapter for edited book, you can present the same paper. So these are the things you can do that. And thank you very much for giving this opportunity. The most important thing is that writing. Okay, so you start writing, and I will share you my email ID also. So you can send me the paper. I will re-edit. I will help you for publication. Okay, in journals. If you have any doubts, you can ask now.
Thank you, Sir Sanjayan, for such an illuminating talk. Participants, please know the floor is now open for questions. If you have any doubts or any questions that you want to ask, sir, kindly unmute yourself, or you could also type the questions in the chat box. Sanjayan sir has also sent his email in the chat box. You can note it down for your further reference to him.
Hi, sir.
Yes.
Sir, there is a saying, or many people believe that ISSN number and ISBN number both have a difference. And when it comes to academic grading in terms of APA scores, they say that ISSN, there's a debate between which one is more preferred for APA scores. So can you just...
ISSN means it's related with the journal. Okay. EISSN is there. That is for electronic journal, EISN. Then print also there. That is related with journal. Okay. ISBN means International Standard Book Number. That is for book. Okay. And there is no difference in giving the API score like that, because equal points were there. ISBN number is for books, ISSN number for journal, and EISSN is there, that is for electronic journal. Okay. For example, one journal, same journal, for example, Anweshak, that is a UGC listed journal, that can be published both in printed and e-version, electronic version. Okay. Electronic version, EISSN number is there. That is different. Print version, ISSN number is different. Okay. So ISSN number is exclusively for journal. ISBN number is always for what? Book. Okay. Eltrin?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I got it. Thank you, sir.
So you start writing something, just find out a poem. I'm very happy. One of my collaborator, Father Biju is there, Baiju from Bardiyar University, who also published more than 20 articles in journals and books. That is also here.
Participants, if you have any questions whatsoever, you could unmute yourself and ask, sir.
Yes, Mona Lisa. Yes.
Sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, participants. Sir, one of my questions, sir. Digital wallet, I am doing on research paper, sir. Which journal I will send for that paper? Digital wallet, sir.
You can, you mean Anweshak is good one. Anweshak. This is a UGC listed one.
I want to send in Scopus journal, sir. Scopus English
Scopus.
journal. Yeah.
So you can do it in American Journal of Adult Education.
Okay.
Yeah.
American Journal of Adult Education.
Adult Education.
It is still in 2022. It is continuing, sir.
Yeah. Still continuing. Yeah.
Adult education.
Yeah.
Any digital marketing journal is there, sir?
American Journal of Marketing is also there.
American Journal of Marketing.
Marketing, yeah.
Any journal related to digital marketing or social media marketing so that I can send my paper?
Even you can send Harvard Education Review also you can send. Harvard Education Review. These are all interdisciplinary. You can send there.
Okay. Interdisciplinary, we can also send our paper.
Yeah, definitely. You can send, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Is there any other participant who would like to ask a question to Sir Sanjayan? I don't see any questions put in the chat box. Anyone else who would like to ask a question, please go ahead and do so. Okay, Sir Sanjayan, it looks like there aren't anyone going to ask you a question. Would it be okay if they send it to you by email?
Yeah, definitely. I will share you. Yeah.
Okay. So you can also email your concerns or your questions to Sir Sanjayan. He's already posted his email address in the chat box. And I thank you, sir, for clarifying the doubts of whoever has asked you a question. Please note, I will send the feedback form. Someone is already asking for the feedback link. I will definitely send it to you shortly. I now request my colleague, Ms. Akshada Gudino, to give the vote of thanks. Akshada?
Hello.
Yes, you're audible. Go ahead, Akshada.
Thank you, Savya. At the outset, I thank the Almighty for all the blessings bestowed upon us and for giving us this opportunity to learn. On behalf of IREO, Goa chapter, and GVM's Dr. Dada Vaidya, College of Education, I, Akshada Gudino, second year MEd student, would like to take this opportunity to extend a vote of thanks. My sincere gratitude to Dr. Jojen Matthew, Principal of GVM's Dr. Dada Vaidya, College of Education, and President of IREO, Goa chapter, for all the support and encouragement towards this webinar. My gratitude to the Association of International Researchers of Indian Origin, IREO, Goa chapter, for their collaboration, support, and this valued opportunity to conduct the national webinar. My thanks and congratulations to our facilitator for this event, Sir Sanjayan TS, Assistant Professor at PG Department of Education, GVM's Dr. Dada Vaidya College of Education, who not only is an excellent professor, but also an accomplished researcher, as all of you must have already felt that coming from him. Thank you, sir, for sharing with us your knowledge and experience.
Thank you.
My special thanks to Ma'am Maria Gaurathi Falcao, Webinar Coordinator and in charge of Department of Extension Services, Dr. Dada Vaidya College of Education. Thank you, ma'am, for choosing this important topic and for all the programs you put together for us. A special thanks to the Research Center at GVM's Dr. Dada Vaidya College of Education for always lending their support in any program. I also extend my thanks to the teaching, non-teaching staff, and the technical team behind this event, without whom it wouldn't be a grand success. Lastly, I would like to thank each and every participant
and all my classmates for joining us in this national webinar. A special thanks to you, our very own compare, Ms. Savia D'Souza, for doing a wonderful job on hosting
this webinar. Thank you and stay blessed.
Thank you, Akshada, for those kind words. And thank you all for taking the time to join this virtual meet to gain something really new. It is definitely an addition to our existing knowledge. I'm sure you all will agree with me on that. Well, have a lovely evening. Stay blessed. And the feedback link has already been shared with you all. Kindly fill up the details as you would like it to be on your certificate. Thank you once again. Thank you, Sir Sanjayan.
Thank you. Bye.
Sir George and Matthew, sir, would you like to say anything?
I think, thank you.